Stream are you watching? Whoa! Here we go! Oh, it's game time! Here in week 6 of XBS season 49. Chester Race in the net for the Avalanche. Davos faces off against him. In Colorado at home, Ziggy on the slot with Kessel and Reno. We're underway in this one, Buffalo and Colorado. Up the boards, back over to Kessel, streaming in. Kessel, one-timer, blocked away by Dilsky. Across it goes to Bradford, sneaky through. Puck wide, rebound, back shot, save made, Chester Race. Another drive from Hogan, fired wide. This one dumped behind the net, already out of gas. It's just turning gloves in. Huge save from Chester Race. Davis. Face-off win back to Hogan. Shot, save through traffic. Full pressure here for the Sabres. Resnick to the point, back to Hogan. He walks it to the right side, looks around, shot, glove save by Chester through traffic. And the Avalanche to Dynasty. Dynasty to Ziggy. Ziggy back to center. They ladle it into the zone behind the net for the Sabres. Hogan picks it up, but he got puck. Coughed it up. Stolen puck. They dump it right around the net. They go back to Hogan again. And the Sabres reconnect. Here's Sammy down the wing. Sammy looking back to the shot. Blocked away. Rebound pinball behind the goal. Here comes the rush. Ziggy on goal. Ziggy shoots. Blocker save made by Davos. And ahead for Resnick. Over to Bradford. Bradford's trying to dazzle through. He does. And he's denied by Chester on the blocker's side. Resnick trying to sneak one past him. Knocked down by the Avs. Back they go to center. Bradford curling. Back over to Resnick. Right side circle on top of the key. He gets run down. Kessel over commits. And Sammy pass intercepted there. Here come the Avs. It's Ziggy on the right side. He cuts in. He looks to the point. Dynasty shoots. Blocked away. And the puck is ahead for Bradford now. Bradford sneaking. What a duke. What a spin. What a save. As again, Jester rebound. That one knocked away. And Kessel skating in. Kessel over. He looks. He passes. Intercepted. But back into the hands of the Avalanche here. And Sammy, big steal in the neutral zone. Back over to Bradford. Bradford trying to dump it off, and he lost it. And a steal for the Avs. Here comes Kessel now. He skates into the corner. He walks in. Davos the save on the blocker. There's a feedback, and Rensick 3-on-2 for the Buffalo Sabres. Rensick across to Bradford. And that one intercepted. Across they go, curling into the Avs. Across the pass, across, back to the line. Curling in, there's a shot. Kessel! Save Davos, and the rebound he covers. A battle so far in this one here. Face-off win. Dilsky over to Bradford. Bradford across. He's stick lifted, knocked away. And Ziggy. Ziggy curling in. Ziggy to the backhand, knocked away. Hogan. Back to Resnick. Maybe another odd man rush for the Sabres. Here's Resnick curling in a goal. Back to Sammy. To Dilsky. His shot through traffic, and that one spiked wide by Resnick. Pass in front, off the side of the post. And the rebound handle up by the Avs. Here they come, dancing, and he lost it. Bradford across. Curling in is Ziggy. Ziggy curling in, over the line. Great feed of the slot. Kessel shoots, and the shoulder saved by Davos. On Kessel. Long pass intercepted and offside are the Avs. Here's a feedback across his Resnick backhands it, and a glove save made by Chester. He'll hang on to that one. Face off here, one back. Hogan shot back to Sammy 3 seconds ago. One timer, oh, and a save by Chester. End of the first period. First period in the books. It's a scoreless tie. As Jester, the brunt of the stops in that period were from him. Davos at least a small handful to keep it deadlocked at 0. But Chester, blocker, that one away. Scoreless after 20 here in Game 1 between the Avs and the Sabres. Shots 9-4 in favor of the Sabres. Hits about even. And about a 30-second difference on time and attack. As we head to the second period here, it's Ziggy and Crying and Kessel as the forwards. And Crying able to get it. Knock away, here's Bradford. What a move, he shoots! Save made! And a cover by Chester. Back to Hogan, his shot blocked to the corner. Back to Bradford, left side into the point. Dilsky shoots, glove save made by Chester through a screen. That's his best save of the game thus far. And here's the face-off. Resnick will lose it. Up the left side, the right side is Crying. He's in. Davos turned it away. Back over to Hogan. Hogan finds Sammy. Sammy to Bradford. He's got some room, but there coming across is Reno. But there's Bradford with the interception. Right back. Resnick shoots. Save made by Chester again. Chester race. Showing it can be a force on all sides of the puck here. Here's the chance for Crying. Back to Dynasty. Dynasty shoots, save, backhand. Davos stands tall on that chance. He hangs on. First the stick save and the rebound. Backhander on goal. And all he tried to do was play square to the shot and hug the post. And face off for Ziggy and company. Back deflected away. And here comes Bradford over the line for Resnick. Right side in. He passes. Knocked away by Ziggy. And Ziggy charges through for the Avs. He'll cut in wide. Into the corner now. Behind. Trying to go through. Oh, Davos! What a save. Almost causing that one havoc. But he comes back with a vengeance and robs Ziggy on the doorstep. Here's Dynasty back. Dynasty along the boards. Back over to Crying. Ziggy shot pad save Davos. Rebound back to Kessel. Kessel shoots and save Davos. Colorado getting some chances here in the second. But my goodness. Oh. He had to come back against the grain. A little jumpy for Luscious Davis, but he makes the save anyway. Tie up. It is Kessel in, blocked to the corner. Curling in is Crying, intercepted by Resnick. He'll just punch it out. Full pressure's out. Back they come. It's Kessel. Kessel swerving in. He got leveled. What a pass to Bradford. 3-on-1 pass, glove save by Chester! Unbelievable! It's a goalie clinic tonight here in Game 1. What a save by Chester Race. Pass, one-timer, that's another save. And Chester hangs on. Face-off win to Dynasty. Dynasty right side to left. Over to Ziggy. Ziggy waits. Ziggy holds. He curls it back to the line. Dynasty across. He waits again. Waits some more. Curl it back in. Back for one-timer. Block. Rebound. Spiked wide. And out of the zone it goes. And handcuffed, stolen away by Bradford. Bradford cuts to the net. Turned away by Chester. There's a penalty coming up. It'll be against the Avs in a power play for the Buffalo Sabres. That's a big chance. A late call after the play, but here's a huge chance and full pressure too. Here's Hogan. Spinning. Pass deflected. Bilski and Hogan. Back to Sammy. Sammy up top. He waits. Bradford shot. Save made by Chester. Ziggy fires it down. And again, it's Bradford sliding his way through, but he gave it away and they'll lob it down back into their own zone. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Maybe one last big opportunity here for the Sabres. Pass off the mark. Reno got bumped. Dynasty got locked down. Stolen by Sammy. Back across. Save made. Back across. Glove save. Chester. Unbelievable. Bradford can't believe it. 20, nearly 20 saves in this hockey game for Chester Rates. And it's not even the third period yet. Back across, big face-off for the Sabres. Tie-up, it's Dynasty, winning it for the Avs. Back over to Crying, and Crying knocked away. Long pass, trying to hit Sammy in the neutral zone, knocked down. And Colorado controls it. Here comes Kessel. Kessel stymieing in. Spins off. Looking around again. Kessel up top. Behind the net. Right to left. Left to right. Dynasty up top. Shot. Save Davos through traffic. And here's a play over the line. Back over to Resnick. Resnick drops. Thin shot. Save Manchester. He hangs on. Stays along the short side the whole way. Minute 54 to go in this second period. It's a play to Ziggy. Ziggy on his route. Hits the line, closes it back in. Pass across! Oh, Kessel couldn't corral it. And it pinballs wide. 30 seconds to go in the second. Kessel gets it over to Ziggy. Poked away by Hogan. 6 seconds remaining here in this one. Here's a takeaway. Back to Dynasty. He'll hang on and we'll head to third. Still deadlocked at 0. But the shots are 20-11 in favor of the Buffalo Sabres. But nothing on the score sheet yet. Chester race. Here we go. It's the third period here in game one. Avs and Sabres. Here we go. Third period. Sabres win the draw. Back across to Hogan. Maybe too fast and furious there. And here's a steal. Here comes Ziggy down the wing. He cuts in. Davos. Where's the puck? It's under Ziggy. And he got it. Point blank blocker save there. 8:51 to go. The face-off to the right of Davos. Ziggy and Resnick. Face-off, poke check back over to Hogan. Knocked away Bradford. And Bradford has a step. But no, Dynasty's got it. He shoots back in. The rebound pinballed away. And Kessel steaming in. Kessel hanging on. Kessel looking. To the point. Reno taken out by Sammy. And here comes Bradford again. Bradford shoots and a save made by Chester. He'll hang on. Face-off offensive zone for the Sabres. One to back for Hogan. Shot blocked. And the rebound ahead for Colorado. Crying will steam his way in. Pass to the slot. Got it back. Shot. Save. Rebound. Another save. Davos on Ziggy. Face-off win for Sammy and the Sabres. Back across. Great feed over to Bradford. Bradford doesn't like it. He reverses, but Resnick offside. And the face-off one back to Hogan. Hogan lost it. Back to Kessel. 6 minutes gone, third period, and Kessel is offside. And the face-off for Resnick. One for the Avs. And Bradford gets it. A crossover for Sammy. Onside. Sammy shakes. He waits. Intercepted by Crying, but he hassles him. And is forced to regroup back to Reno. Back to Crying again. He got taken out. Here's a steal for Resnick. Cutting it wide. He shoots. Save made by Chester. Back to the point for Hogan. Shot. Another save. Oh, the puck was loose. And it just pinballed wide. Here comes Kessel moving in. Kessel back. Knocked away to the outside the dot. And offside as Colorado, as Dynasty brought it back in. Face-off tie-up. And Hogan has it. Up top, dumping it down. No icing, but Resnick charging in after it. Bradford the steal. Bradford got it behind. Back to Dilsky. He fires. A big save made. And it's a play for Ziggy. Ziggy back across, turning his way. Back over, Crying on his backhand. Crying up top. He looks. Toe drags in. Hit the goal post. Back to Reno. Then a Kessel shot. Blocker save made by Davos. Behind the net. And the puck fiddles it through to Bradford. Bradford across the Kessel. Save made by Sammy by Chester. Back to Hogan. Then to Chester. I'm sorry. Sammy knocked away. Oh, they missed the pass. But icing negated behind the goal. Turning is Kessel. To the point. It's Reno. Toss is in front. Intercepted. Here comes Bradford. A 2-on-1. Bradford dancing. And he lost it. 5 minutes to go. Here comes Crying down the main street. He's in. He scores! Crying answers the call. And Colorado has answered and struck first 1-0. With 4:35 to go. Here he is again. Dilsky the steal. And here comes Resnick. Back over. What a step up. And Dilsky. Back over to Resnick. Resnick curling. Shot. Save made. And Reno's able to get it away over to Kessel. Kessel to his man. Curling in. Knocked away. Again across. Here's Bradford to Sammy. Save Chester. 27 saves. Here comes a rush over, shot, pass, save, Davos. Here's a pass up the boards off the mark. It'll go back to him under a minute to play. It's Bradford now, onside. Bradford stopping up. Back to Hogan, hit the goalpost. Hogan carries the right side in, pass across, knocked down by the Sabres. Dilsky throws one on, it's intercepted. Kessel racing in, spins and scores! Ziggy curls it in, he looks, he shoots, save Davos. Into the slot, knocked away, and stolen 20 seconds ago. Here's Bradford on Dynasty. Want to move inside, oh, he poked him in the last second. Penalty upcoming. Face-off tie-up, and it is Dynasty clearing it into the bench, but there's no penalty. Face-off, back to Hogan, back! They scored! With 6.4 seconds left. Sammy, the one-timer, and it gives the Buffalo Sabres some hope. A power play goal, and it's a one-goal game. Huge moment here. A face-off win will be huge. Face-off cleanly won back for the Avalanche. Kessel's got it. He shoots. Glove save, Davos. That'll do it. Game 1 to the Avs. Chester Race has an unbelievable game. 27-28. Here we go. Game 2. Buffalo and Colorado. Here we go. Puck off the hop. Back to Reno. Back to himself. Over to Kessel. Kessel, Ziggy intercepted by Resnick. Resnick curling in. Resnick to the slot. Knocked away. Back to the point. Hogan waiting. Shot through traffic. Back to Bradford. In front. Pass. Score! Off the hop. Resnick. And it's 1-0 Buffalo. That's a big play. After being shut down for most of that game, and getting one early is exactly what Buffalo was looking for. Back across to Ziggy. Curling it back is Kessel. Kessel and Ziggy blocker save Davos. And here's Sammy. Look at the speed. Sammy in. Pass broken up by Dynasty. And they walk it free back across is Dynasty. Curling in. Walking line. Kessel. Kessel pass. Save Davos. Back a shot into the save. And Davos hangs on. And the face-off here. Resnick, the face-off win. Back across. Shot blocked away by Dilsky. Here comes a bump and knocked away by the Colorado Avalanche. Here comes a chance for Crying curling in. Crying back around chance. Pinballs right to Davos and he'll hang on. And here's the face-off. It'll be the right of Davos. Resnick, the tie-up for the Avs. Kessel's got it. Up top, pass across, save Davos. Curling in is Sammy. Over to Bradford. Bradford in. Knocked down, trying to go through too many Avalanche players as they walk it across. Curling down the wing is Kessel. He passes a shot. Davos got ran into by Ziggy, but the puck never got there. Here's Resnick. Drop pass to Sammy. Bradford scores! What a play! Sammy to Bradford. 2-0 Buffalo. Back across, turning away, and Sammy to Bradford again. Knocked away by Colorado. Here comes a rush. Ziggy. Over to Crying. His shot goes wide. Blocked away into the corner. Back to Zilski to Hogan. Hogan down the right side. Circle. Spins it back to the point. Zilski fires. Save Bale. Back to Hogan. Hogan in. Behind the net. Back over to Resnick. Center feed. Knocked away by Reno. And the puck is in. Here's a play. Crying in. Score! 2-1. It's Crying again. Going back over to the line. Dilsky fires and he hits the glass. A rocket. Here's Crying again. Down the wing. Stops up. Goes in wide. He's in and a broken stick on the play. Was Kessel. Resnick back to Sammy. Sammy slithers through and is turned away by my God, I can't think. By Chester. I'm thinking Joker. But it's Chester the big save. Here's the face-off, a tie-up. Pinball, Resnick gets it. Resnick curls in, back to Bradford. Then to Resnick! Save made by Chester. He'll cover. .5:14 to go, first period here in game 2. Back to Hogan. Pass! In front, intercepted. And the rush is on for Colorado. Here's Crying across to Kessel. Knocked away to the corner. Kessel gets there. Kessel up top to the point. Looking in. Knocked away, Reno. He gets it, but not far enough. Has a chance for a 3-on-2. Resnick to Sammy. Resnick. Save made by Chester, point blank. Face off. Oh, Bradford almost got all the way, but he just got bumped. Crying almost gets through. If he did, it'd be so shocking. Back to Bradford across. Resnick passes, and it's knocked away. Dynasty. Dynasty wins the battle, and Crying gets it with a minute 20 to go. There is Ziggy. Down the wing. Ziggy up top. Spin move shot. Save! Davos on Crying. Back to center and across they go up the middle. Bradford in, and they score! It goes off Chester. It's Bradford. Sabres take a 3-1 lead. Four seconds to go. Here comes Bradford. His shot blocked. Backhand. Oh, man. End of the first. 3-1 Buffalo. I'll send Philly after you. Man, I haven't seen him in a while, dude. I hope he's doing okay. If you keep it up. Here comes Kessel streaming in. Back across, and it's taken away. Back over to Sammy's offside. And we'll start again. He's busy making cabins for somebody for his neighbors. Oh, man. Here comes... I remember he told me about him and his cabinet making. What a save by Chester. Please tell him to stop being so busy. Back across, it got blocked away, and here comes Ziggy. Ziggy, oh God. Dekes himself into his own offside at the blue line there. Back to Hogan, face-off win for the Sabres. Resnick curling in, Resnick to Bradford, and that one spiked wide off the poke from Dynasty. Reno dumps it back around to Crying, and Colorado comes right back. Is Kessel to Ziggy, another offside play. Face off back across. Intercepted here, and here comes Resnick on the breakaway. Missed it on the backhand. Rebound back to the slot, and a rip from Bradford. That also misses. Bradford to Resnick, curling in, back to Sammy. Sammy stops up. Back to Hogan at the point. He'll walk the line. Back to Resnick. Glove save by Chester. And he'll hang on. His 7th save of the game as a doozy. Face off here. One to the back for Dynasty. Back to Kessel. Kessel in. Block backhand. Davos the save. Face off back over to Sammy. Sammy got the long pass over, 2-on-1. Bradford pass just too far for Resnick. A pass over, it's intercepted. And the rush is on for Colorado. It's Crying. Crying up top. He waits. Knocked away. And Dilsky across to Sammy. Sammy on the wing. Curls into the backhand. Blocker save. It popped over and deflected out. Rebound down the wing. It's a huge hit. Dilsky. What a feed. Bradford over for Sammy. Sammy looking. Bouncer over to Dilsky. Back to Hogan. No, Resnick. Shot through traffic. Back to Bradford. What a save. What a save by Chester. Point blank on the rebound. Here comes Ziggy. Puck to the corner. Picked up now. Over to Bradford, and then Resnick curling in, knocked away. Ziggy getting it back over for Crying. And he'll look at him on the wing. Crying to the point. Dynasty shot got blocked and partially deflected. Luckily for Davos, he got a piece. Rebound ahead to Bradford. 6:20 to go, second period. Dumps it behind the net. Reno got the pass off before he got steamrolled. And Crying lost it. Back to Sammy, then across to Bradford, then to Resnick. Resnick trying to get one through, could not. It's Kessel. Kessel on the hop. Kessel curling in. Kessel waits. Kessel, what a play! Save! Davos, no rebound. Here's the face-off. The back. Reno. Pass wide of Dynasty. He walks in. Save! Davos on him. Long pass over. Knocked away. Bo Bradford with a play. Poked away to Sammy in the corner. Back across. Almost hit Bradford. Hogan walks it in. Back to Resnick. Then across Sammy. His shot blocked away. Bradford gets it. He got poked away by Dynasty. Less than a minute 40 to go in the second. Kessel across the line. Kessel looking. Kessel up top. He waits to the corner now. Behind the net they go. Looking back. Save. And Davos covers. Here we go. Face off for the right of Davos. 30 seconds to play. Face off win. Back over to Dynasty. Dynasty looking full pressure. Back to Crying. Davos the save. Puck still loose. Resnick gets it out. over to center for him. He'll dump it in. That'll end the second period. And a 3-1 lead for the Sabres heading into the final 20. Here we go, third period underway. Buffalo and Colorado back across. Resnick had it. He lost it though. Dilsky, good poke check. What a play by Crying. He still has it. Back to Dynasty. Then to Crying. Save Davos. Poke check. Stolen puck. Backhand. That time he has it. Face off, win back to Reno. Back across, save Davos. Puck to the corner. Kessel in. Kessel looks behind the net. Back inside to Crying. Sauce back. Knocked away to Sammy. And he'll dump it down to kill off the full pressure. Here's Kessel. Over to Crying. Over the blue line. He escapes. In. Pass. Save made. Davos. And the puck is won to Hogan. Pass off the mark. But Bradford stole it. Bradford into the shot. He throws it wide. Hogan top of the key. Hogan back. Bradford in. Spins around. Spins back. Pass intercepted. And here's a play for Crying. He's in. He shoots. Pass save by Davos. And puck behind the goal. Over to Hogan. Great feed to Bradford down the wing. Bradford across. One-timer from Sammy. That one blocked and deflected high. Ziggy's got it for the Avs as he walks it for the right side. Back to the point. Crying. One-timer. Kessel intercepted. 3-on-2. Puck to the right, to the left. What a feeded foot. Loose puck covered by Chester. Face off here, 11:25 to go. And Dynasty back to Kessel. Kessel over to Crying. Crying back to Kessel. Blocker save. Nice step up play behind the goal. Inside, knocked away. Bradford got it. And Bradford halfway through the third. Cuts in. Blocked by Dynasty. And the puck's still loose. Picked up by Dynasty again. Ziggy over to Crying. Crying goes wide. Crying in. He shoots. Glove save. Davos. And here is the face-off to Davos' left. One to the back for Dilsky. Great feed to Bradford. Bradford one on Dynasty. Cuts in. Trumpet save made Chester. No rebound. And the face-off here. Back. Resnick. Resnick to Bradford. Blocked away. But Dilsky, great feed. Bradford picks it up. Resnick cuts wide. One-timer, they score! It's Bradford with a hat trick. 4-1 Sabres. Here late in the third. Icing call, 6:26 to go. Luscious Davis. Ladicious. Back in the corner, moving in, pass, deflected wide. Behind the net, oh man, just spiked over Bradford. Here comes Kessel. Kessel up top, he waits. Glove save through the screen. On him, denied. Face off here. The tie-up intercepted by Hogan. Over to Bradford, 4:40 left. His shot, glove saved by Chester. That one was going top shelf. That's what I'm saying, Davis. Face off back to Hogan, shot, save made, puck loose. Resnick. Wow. Crying almost got it somehow. Bradford spiked away back to Dynasty. He throws a pass up to Kessel. And Kessel will lose it. And Bradford's in and score! His fourth goal! And Bradford will put this one away. Resnick, one-timer, they score again! It's Bradford, number 5! (6-1) Buffalo! Minute to go. Here's Resnick, curling in, pass, Bradford at the post! Here comes a face-off, tie-up, shot, save. The battle behind the goal. Kessel, power play for Buffalo. Huge chance for Bradford. Resnick, won by Reno, slam it down the ice. Kessel's gonna get there. Kessel in, Kessel looks, pass, shot, knocked away. The battle continues behind the goal. Backhand at the side of the post. 30 seconds to play. Bradford on the move. Nice play! Bradford! He scores! Number 6! What a move by Bradford! 23 seconds to go. Back to Resnick. Pass intercepted. And here comes Crying. 13 to go. Crying in the corner. Pass back. All the way down the ice. That's a penalty. 5.6 to play. .6. Face-off, one, Reno clears, but Dilsky keeps it, back across! No! Sabres win it! Bradford so close! But 6 goals power the Sabres. to a split tonight versus the Avs. "22 saves for Davos in Game 2, and the Sabres win it 7-1 in the final regular season game. Next stop, the playoffs. We're back. And thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Davos. You guys have a great night. See ya on Sunday.